strings, my hands don't rest. I got a secret song I have to confess. Everything I've known feels so strange. Soul sets on a new horizon. Spend late nights just fantasizing, and I lose myself in the light. Hey. I'm a stranger to myself. Wanna recognize anyone else. Save my soul. I said save my soul. Let the music roll. Hit it. Seasons pass, reflections change. I bury all that I have in a grave, but my six strings makes me feel at home. Well, light's too bright, and now I'm afraid I'm a slave to the song that paved my way. And again, everything I've known when I feel so strange. Let me tell you something now. I'm a stranger to myself. I wanna recognize anyone else. Come on now, save my soul. Yeah. Save my soul. Let the music roll. I'm a stranger to myself. Wanna recognize anyone else. Oh, save my soul. I said save my soul. Let the music roll. Come on now, save my soul. I said save my soul. Hit it. Hey.
Good morning. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I'm in the studio. We're looking at a matrix here. Let me show you what I was going to show you. Let me unmute this. I hope you guys are having a great day. My internet was acting up earlier, so hopefully you guys can see me okay. I'm going to pull you up in the comments once I turn the internet off of everything else, just in case. This is a song that I'm working on. There's a lot of extra tracks, so you can tell that I'm like working on different beats and different sounds. And the theme of today is if something doesn't feel right, it's not right. It's very simple. When you pause, it's very simple. Now, you don't have the answer, right? But when it doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel right. And that's the only thing that you can really trust. Really. When it doesn't feel right, it's just not right. And think back at things that you knew weren't right, that you tried to force. You cannot. I mean, you can't. You can't fit a square peg in a, well, if it's a square hole, it depends on how large the square is, right? But that's just, if it doesn't feel right, it's not. This is a song called Exhale. And so I'm going to show you what I started with. This is, I'm working on my next album. If you're on my Patreon page, I've been sending you videos like this. Well, less of me talking and more of just the crazy making. I've been so excited about some of what I'm working on. Let's see here. I'm going to, I think this is more of the original beat that I had. So let me just make sure. I'm going to turn this down. Let me just make sure you guys can hear it. I'm going to go through a couple different examples of like when it doesn't feel right, it's not right. I don't know the right answer, but I'm just searching for the sound for this song. This song is talking about waiting for like a final release to where you can go, it was during the pandemic I started writing this because we were all just holding our breaths, right? So here we go.
Hold on or let go. I cannot let this show I play. It'll go away, but nothing seems to change. I'm still waiting so I can move on, and I'm still holding my breath, waiting so I can move on. I'm waiting, 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 waiting for the end. I'm waiting, 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 waiting for the exhale.
Okie dokie. That was like take one. Cool. I'm live on Facebook. Awesome. There's like many of you. What's up, Gordon? Hi, Steve. I saved all my files, I think. Good morning, Pam. Oh, Sarah. Okay. So, sure. That's a song that's starting to become something. That was something that I wrote during a live songwriting session with some of my Patreon members. It was so much fun to do that. And as I keep writing and I keep working on things, it's so much fun to change. In probably 7 minutes, I'm gonna be showing you this completely changed. That was like kind of the first kind of go at it. And then I was like, well, maybe I need like a different drum pattern. Okay. Same backing tracks, the vocals, and then I wrote this like kind of string part. Bam, let me solo this. You can hear this like in the bottom of it. Anyway, okay. Here's the other drum beat that I was thinking of. So the other one was like a 4 on a floor. Now I was like, wow, this is better. Just kidding. It's this one. What's up, Jim? Hey, Brian. Sure. Okay. Song didn't change much. The beat really did. I mean, I feel the very different. Like, check out there's no 4 on the floor here. Boom, bam, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom, 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 boom. You know, so it doesn't have the 4 on the floor that I had before, which I programmed. Yeah. Okay. So then I had a great conversation with a good friend of mine last night. And then I'm kind of a night owl. And so I stayed up, I don't know, probably till about 1 a.m. after that call. I told you I was going to go to bed, but I didn't. So then I was like, I'm going to turn this into a straight up funk song. We're going to increase the tempo. Don't worry, Steve. It's been saved already. Cool. All right. I feel like my video is zoomed in. Let's look at this. It is zoomed in. There. You get the whole experience. You can even see my coat closet that's open. All right. Great. And then there's Miss Rhodey. Rhodey, what do you think? Are you digging it? Rhodey? Yeah. Look at that tired kitty. She's like, what do you want? Okay. So, let's see here. So then, let's add some horns and let's make this, I'm going to solo this so you can feel the different feel, and I've increased the tempo. I've completely changed the vibe of the song. The point of this, can you see me still? I don't know if this camera's okay. Yeah, sure. There we go. Yeah. So the point of this is that when something does not feel right, it is not right. I'm not convinced this is right either. But through the process of starting this last night, I've been kind of playing. Anyway, we're going to track some bass today, but I've been just learning. It's been really cool. So this is, I don't have the vocals done. We're just going to hear the vibe. Maybe I can add in vocals. Let me add in some vocals so you can kind of get a feel for it. Oh my gosh, I'm not warmed up. Check. Check 1 2. Cool. Oh, hold on. There's a little horn part. I'm waiting. I said waiting for the exhale. All right. Oops. Sorry. There's probably like triple things happening. Let me just mute it real quick. I forgot I didn't mute this. Oops. Here you go. Very different. Before we were at like 87 beats per minute, and it was the strings, and this one we just gotta hold on like horn section. See how crazy this is? Yeah. What's up, Joanne? Oh yeah. So I am digging this too. And so anyway, there's something still not right with it. And one of the things that I was gonna do today is I was gonna re-record this bass track real quick, and I'll do it live. So I was thinking about, as I was going through this morning, you know, and I was just like, this is a topic that we all can resonate with. And this idea of, I'm going to make myself a little bigger. We're going to talk just a little bit, and then I'll record some bass. So this idea of when something doesn't feel right, it is not right. It is as simple as that. You don't have to go any further with your thought process. In fact, when we go further with our thought process, that's when we start entering zones of like ruminating thoughts, things that are not helpful, really. And so the moment that something stops feeling right, I challenge you. Okay, so this is your challenge for this week. And it's a challenge that is one of those challenges that I think we should all keep going with. Where's my... I'm so addicted to caffeine that I'm halfway through my coffee and I'm freaking out because I think my like carafe of coffee is up there, which is kind of funny. I'm like, where's the rest of the coffee? And I'm like, I have half a cup here. Anyway, this idea of pausing. So when something doesn't feel right, I challenge you to pause and to stop listening to your brain as it starts to do all the things it does. When something doesn't feel right, our brain loves to kick in and tell you, it will tell you anything. It's the craziest thing, craziest noise, right? And we follow it and we follow it and we follow it. Eventually, like, it gets worked out. But I challenge that idea of working so hard and worrying so much through all of that. It might have turned out okay if you had just paused and you just say, you know, it's not right. I'm just going to pause on that, right? You know, so often we'll get a text or a call or we'll get an email of something and then we start to worry about it, right? I recently had a show that was booked and they wanted a duo and I couldn't find another duo partner that it was going to work with. And well, actually, I didn't even call. I knew some people were already booked and the ones that it was going to work for what they needed, you know, and I thought about it and I thought, well, I'm just going to book this solo. And if they say yes, then cool. And then I stopped worrying about it. And I thought, well, if they decide to cancel on me because they really want a duo, they will, they need to do what's best for them, right? And so I just told him, I said, I wasn't, I just didn't find anyone. It was a holiday. It was a holiday that they booked. And when I look back in my life, I would think about other things that I would just go crazy about. I mean, something like that. I would be like worried for them because I needed to do the thing. As soon as they asked me to find another person, they wanted me to do a duo thing, but they didn't want guitar. They didn't want, it was like very specific. And I think they wanted like a violin player or a saxophone player. But at that time, anyway, so I just paused and I just stopped. And I thought, well, if it's meant to be, it will be. And the guy said that he knows some musicians. And I thought, okay, well, look, I can be their solo. I don't have anyone else right now. And I just didn't worry about it. He called me 3 weeks after that and he found someone. I just, and it's interesting to think about. If you were to pause when something didn't feel right, and at that moment I thought, gosh, this doesn't feel right for me to be, going to town trying to find someone. It just didn't feel right to me. I was like, I got other things I'm trying to work on. If the gig falls through, it falls through. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to pause. I'm not putting energy there. I'm not going to worry about it. Right? And then it all worked out. It all worked out. And I didn't have to worry. I didn't worry at all about it because I let go. I let go of it. So the moment that it didn't feel right, I didn't allow my brain to jump into the worry of, am I going to find someone? Like they really need this and da-da-da. And I just said, I'm not feeling like that's where it doesn't feel right to be worrying about that or to be trying to do this. So when something doesn't feel right, it is not right. Exhale, the song that I played earlier, there's something about the speed of which it's not okay. The tempo, maybe. I'm not convinced this is right either, but it feels good. Let's listen to it again. All right, talking about not feeling right, let's record this bass again. I'm going to solo this bass. Actually, I'm going to say hi. You ever hear a thumb drum? No. A tenor sax. We do make up stories, Joe. We sure do. Our poor brain. You know, the thing that our brain fears the most is if you stop thinking. So, it will never stop. And I got a loud one. My brain goes. Someone that really resonates with me. He's somewhat of a life coach, and he told me, he said, our brains never stop. He said, the only thing you can do is stop listening. You just stop listening. You cannot make it quieter. If you try to make it quiet, it will get loud. So let's solo this here. Talking about getting loud. So I need to change this because that's actually lower than a typical bass would go. And I also, that walk down, bum, 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 bum. This is when I was just starting to like put this together. I want to keep it up. So I want to keep that syncopated rhythm. And I'm going between an E flat and an A flat. So I'm going to, I a lot. Ba-doop boop. All right. We're going to record this. Live recording? What? Keep it simple, Kelsey. I need to keep it simple. Let's do it. I'm just going to record a little bass here. Make sure. Hopefully you guys can you see what I'm recording? La, la, la. Move this down. Ba-doop boop. Ba-doop boop, ba-doop boop. Boop, 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 ba-doop, ba-doop, boop, boop, boop. My brain ain't quiet. I don't know about yours. All right, let's record some bass together. I hope you guys are having a great morning. I'm seeing your comments in the chats. Oh, great. Yes, always growing. I don't think I can stop. So it feels right. Just keep moving, grooving. Hi, Joanne. Oh, those stories we tell ourselves, they are in the red zone. Our poor minds. I mean, they're just trying to figure out, their biggest fear is to not think. So of course they're going to be thinking. Okay. You go ahead and think about that. It doesn't feel right to me. So, you know, this song still doesn't feel right. It's not sitting right with the melody line that I have in my head. Maybe I need to change the melody line. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm feeling like some of this that's coming out. So I'm just going to keep going. We're just going to see what happens. I need this a little louder so that I can hear it when I'm recording. Yeah. Can I have, give me a 4-bar count in. Hey, digging that vibe better. It's got a nice little beat to it. I'm digging that. Yeah. This is, it's fun too, this piano. It's hard for me to sing and play this. I'm still working on piano. I don't know if I'll be the one playing that. This is simply just to get an idea down. Obviously, this isn't what would go on the album. Like, I know some fantastic horn players. Like, they're the bomb. They might look at this and be like, oh, I had this idea or whatever, which will be cool. Or they might like hear it and then see the sheet music and then maybe they'll play a little something different. Who knows? But it'll be fun to share this with them. So that's what I'm doing today. It's 9:30, folks. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you so much for joining me today's challenge and this week's challenge again is that idea of when it doesn't feel right, it isn't right. That's all you have to focus on. And when that happens, you just have to pause. You just have to pause until it's feeling right. And when I say feeling right, it doesn't mean that it's like a specific action. It's not a condition. It's not, I'm going to do this once I finish this or once I take this class. No, that's not what I'm talking about. When things feel right, when they feel right, that's when you can just start to move forward with whatever. I know that kind of seems so woo-woo, but it's so true. If something doesn't feel right, it's best to pause a little bit. It's just best to pause. At least to pause from listening to what's going on with your brain going, ain't nobody got time for that. So just pause. It gives you your intuition and your soul and your heart a chance to breathe a little. And so you can feel it, right? There's so much we can enjoy through. So many times we worry through things, but we could actually enjoy through them. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to get back to recording this. I'm going to play around with the melody line. If you're on my Patreon page, I'll be, I've been sharing videos like this, working on things, sharing. I've got another, where is it? I have another song I'm going to be sharing on my Patreon page. If you're on there, you will be getting this MP3 if you are in the ICU tier and higher, which is fun. Let's see. It's this one, I think. Yeah. This song's called I Wish I Was Wrong. I'll just play the first part of it. Have a great rest of your Thursday. I love you all. All right.
I wish I was wrong, that it didn't feel right. Every moment when you made me feel like gold. Well, now I know, and I wish I was wrong. But did I help you somehow? Finding your way, because you didn't seem so lost when you turned the other way. I can trust my intuition always kept me safe. But this time I didn't listen, and now I feel betrayed. I wish I was wrong that you needed more time. I wish I was wrong that it didn't feel right. Oh, every moment when you made me feel like gold. Well, now I know, and I wish I was wrong.
Thank you, Jody.